Tonight, Minnesota lawmakers are watching a deadline approach as the end of the Minnesota special session nears and a government shutdown looms. Plus, just a few days after his sentencing, a plea deal with federal prosecutors might be in the works for former police officer Derek Chauvin. And bringing history back to life, how Superior's mayor is hoping to do just that with an arch downtown.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Minnesota lawmakers, the Wednesday deadline for the special session is fast approaching, but a public safety deal struck by legislative leaders over the weekend will likely be a holdout to the very end. Some DFL lawmakers and community advocates say it isn't a deal at all because it leaves any real police accountability to bite the dust. Caroline Cummings has more from St. Paul.
People get mad at my words. I get mad at your actions.
Or legislative inaction on a slate of proposals advocates and DFL lawmakers say will increase police accountability in Minnesota. Many of those requests didn't make the final cut.
We need human beings to be held accountable for their actions if they hurt another human being, no matter their title or the uniform that they wear.
But on Monday, the People of Color and Indigenous Caucus vowed to revive some of those efforts during a House floor vote scheduled for Tuesday. Their amendments will include these items left out, like a change to the statute of limitations for wrongful death lawsuits, upping it from 3 to 6 years, limits to traffic stops for minor vehicle equipment violations to curb pretextual stops, and sign and release warrants for low-level offenses.
It's time for the Minnesota Senate to get serious and keep its promise for meaningful police accountability.
The governor took some issues into his own hands Monday, announcing executive actions that flag $15 million in federal money for community violence intervention programs, require the Peace Officer Training Board to create a public data dashboard, and mandate state law enforcement agencies release body camera footage within 5 days to families whose loved ones were killed by deadly force. Still, as the deadline looms before parts of government could shut down, the governor says lawmakers should support the deal, a product of a divided legislature.
I would encourage them to support the legislation. It's a compromise that we've worked through together with a clear recognition that it's not enough for them.
Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka said any House amendments that will change the scope of the deal and add more police accountability terms, the GOP-controlled Senate will strip those changes out. Multiple sources are saying Derek Chauvin is close to reaching a plea deal with federal prosecutors, and that is what he was likely referring to when he made that mysterious comment to the Floyd family during sentencing. Sources say as part of the plea deal, Chauvin could get a 20 to 25-year sentence, which he would serve at the same time as the state sentence, and he would serve his time in federal, not state prison. If convicted in federal court, Chauvin could face life in prison. A former Hennepin County chief public defender says Chauvin has to be thinking about the swift guilty verdict in the state case.
In federal court, there would be a substantial difference between what he would receive if he went to trial and he was convicted versus what he would get if he pled guilty and do what they would say is take responsibility for his actions.
As of right now, we don't know the exact status of the plea talks. However, it's important to note an earlier plea deal involving the feds in late May of 2020 collapsed in the 11th hour. Well, Dave is here for a first check of the weather. Dave, not too bad of a day out there.
At least here in Duluth, but we have been getting spotty showers and isolated thunderstorms over other parts of the region, and in a few minutes I'll show a map of what rain has fallen so far. It's awfully hit or miss, and that's the gist of the forecast tonight. Hit or miss storms coming from 2 low pressure systems overnight tonight and through a good portion of Tuesday too. So the first one's up to the north, dragging a cold front through northern Minnesota. The other is a trough of lower pressure working up from the southwest, and the two together really only give us about a 40% chance for those showers and storms. So tonight, in Minnesota, at least, it's a 40% shot. It may only be a 30% chance for Wisconsin as the night goes on. Low temps will be in the mid to upper 50s for the most part, low 60s maybe for a couple of towns. Getting into tomorrow, should be mostly cloudy with a 70% chance for more showers and thunderstorms through early evening. High temps will be in the upper 70s for a lot of places. Now, come Wednesday, we could push into the lower 80s as we slowly start to clear up and dry up. A big dry spell could be coming our way. Will it last through the Independence holiday weekend? I'll talk about that coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Cities are known by their landmarks, something Superior has gone without for decades. But as CBS3's Kendall Jarbo explains, the city's mayor is trying to change that by bringing back an historic symbol to the heart of downtown.
100 years ago, the Grand Army of the Republic Arch was built to celebrate an annual meeting of Civil War veterans being held for the first time in Superior. The metal arch stood over Tower Ave and Broadway until it was removed in 1921.
The city of Superior decided it didn't serve a use anymore and they took it down. I disagree with that.
Superior Mayor Jim Payne announced Thursday he's bringing the arch back. Construction could begin as early as next year.
All we have to do is erect the metal structure. And believe it or not, in the scheme of public works projects, it's really not very expensive.
Payne says it can be done with $100,000. The project already cleared by the Department of Transportation and the State Historical Society. While the announcement may seem out of the blue, Mayor Jim Payne said the plan has been in works for years. For example, when they reconstructed Tower Avenue, they placed infrastructure underneath this intersection in case the arch were to one day happen. Former administrations tried building the arch in 2013, but historical experts say barriers must be overcome when embarking on such an endeavor.
The only concern I've ever read doing historical research is that they said that there was icing problems during the wintertime with ice chunks falling off of it. And that's the only concern, I think, and I think that can be addressed.
Reviving a tribute to veterans and giving a city a landmark to call its own.
What does this sort of symbol mean for your city? I know Duluth has the lift bridge, kind of that famous attraction. Is this a similar effort on your end to have something like that?
Absolutely. That's part of what it is. I think for a city to really be great, to be defining, for us to be proud of it, we want to have landmarks. And you want something that goes on the postcard, something that to take a picture with.
Payne says money for the arch would likely come out of the city's capital improvement fund. An official proposal has not yet been made to the city council. Superior's Fraser Shipyards has a new owner. Infrastructure Acquisition Partners LLC announced the purchase this week. It's a joint partnership between two companies with international ties. Capstan Corporation used to own the shipyard. They're a company based in Superior that also included Lake Assault Boats and the Northern Engineering Company. Fraser's new CEO says they hope to expand Fraser's capability when it comes to ship repair, boat building, and other maritime infrastructure. We reached out to Mayor Jim Payne to ask about the purchase. His office declined to comment. President Biden has walked back a veto threat which threw a bipartisan infrastructure bill into danger of not passing. The White House is doing damage control after the president threatened to veto the transportation bill if Congress didn't also pass a massive budget bill that includes Democratic priorities. Republicans say combining the budget bill puts the bipartisan infrastructure deal at risk.
The only way we can get there is to de-link the two issues. They are really separate issues.
However, Democrats say they won't be able to get the votes for either bill unless they bring them up at the same time.
Let me make that clear. The bipartisan infrastructure bill and the budget resolution are tied together.
Progressive Democrats say they have reservations about the infrastructure bill because they worry the deal compromised too much of their priorities. We are now taking a live look at Duluth City Hall. The American Rescue Plan allocated $58 million to the city of Duluth. And tomorrow, Mayor Emily Larson and members of the city administration will announce recommendations on how that money will be spent to better Duluth. We'll have the latest on those recommendations throughout the day tomorrow, right here on CBS 3. Meanwhile, crews have surpassed 100,000 hours of construction work on the Twin Ports Interchange, and they still have a long way to go. MnDOT gave a virtual update on the multi-million-dollar project in Duluth today, commonly known as the Can of Worms. They said the 27th Avenue West Bridge is now fully reopened. MnDOT advised drivers to look out for short-term single-lane closures in both the north and southbound lanes of I-35 in the coming weeks. The next major change will bring I-35 south traffic onto Lower Michigan Street. That will start in October and last about a year. Eventually, they hope this area where I-35, 535, and Highway 53 meet will be safer and easier to navigate. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, more diversity in the workplace. That's the goal of the Duluth Firefighters Union. How they hope to make that push next.
Today's record high is 97 degrees from 1910. Well, we haven't been that warm in a while, and probably not for the week ahead. Though a couple days in the 80s could be coming our way. Today we were in the 70s, tomorrow 70s as well. Midweek could start a warm-up. Will it last? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in just a few more minutes.
You're watching the CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, sports with Kelly Hinsett, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
When Grandma suggested cookies, Kyle wasn't expecting the new Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard. Two beloved treats, soft-baked Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies and world-famous DQ soft serve, all in one treat. The good times roll when these two get together, just like G-Ma and her G-Son, making memories while mixing two favorites. With the Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard, only at DQ. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Bolins.
And I'm Ann Nolette.
And we're Advanced Surgical Associates of Northern Minnesota.
Our goal has always been to provide the latest and best surgical techniques to you and your family.
We want to provide an alternative to the traditional surgical practices that the hospitals offer.
With robotic-assisted surgery, you're likely to have a shorter hospital stay, experience less pain, and recover quicker.
We serve Duluth, Ely, Hibbing, and the surrounding areas. Learn more at mnsurgery.com or give us a call today.
The View at Bluestone is leasing 1- and 2-bedroom apartments for August 1st, with beautiful apartments featuring custom wood cabinets, oversized windows and balconies, and an array of luxury amenities.
We would love to have you here with us. Schedule a hard hat tour today at viewatbluestone.com.
So why use Toyota service centers?
Well, you wouldn't use just any carpenter, would you?
This thing working? No.
Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Right now, for a limited time, get 20% off the purchase and installation of premium cabin air filters. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
The Duluth Firefighters Union is making a new push to make the department more diverse after seeing a recent drop in enrollment. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham spoke with them today about how they plan to do that.
Many kids dream of being a firefighter, but for some, the dream is hard to reach. Fire school can be a pricey investment for some people, but the Duluth Fire Department is trying their best to change that.
Our union decided that we wanted to help increase diversity in our department by funding a scholarship from ourselves, from our union members.
As it stands, just 6 of the department's 132 firefighters come from minority backgrounds, and only 7 members of the department are women. The Ernest L. Butler Jr. and Pamela Woods full tuition scholarship, named for some of the DFD's trailblazers, aims to encourage enrollment from these underrepresented groups by removing any financial burden from the picture.
Not everyone can afford to go to school, so this is a way to help with that and let them offset some of the cost.
REF says it's important for everyone to see representation in our emergency services. He feels that no one should feel discouraged from joining their team and hopes their scholarship can help fix that problem.
As we're out in communities, you don't want the only time your interaction or see someone that looks like you to be on a type of emergency call. Right. If we're just out in the communities, it makes them want to inquire about what we do here and what it takes to be a firefighter.
Even with the focus on bolstering their ranks, REF made it clear that they're always looking for only the best candidates to join their program.
You should always recognize this is a job that you're fortunate to work for the citizens. You know, that's what we look for, that character of not self first. It has to be community first.
Applications for the scholarship can be turned in online or in person at any of the local stations. We have a link to the application on our website.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
40% chance for showers and thunderstorms has paid off for a few towns. Here in Duluth, we've been on the sidelines, Superior as well, but other towns did all right, some just a trace. Big winners, well, Brainerd, quarter-inch so far. Almost 4/10 for Bemidji. Taking a look at Siren, 3/4 of an inch, but really just a trace in Ironwood and Hibbing and Aiken. But we still have through tomorrow evening for these 40% chances for showers and storms to pay off and bring us some much-needed rain. Now, we'll talk about the current conditions before we get back into the forecast. And setting our here and now stage, we see what's going on at the airport. It's 66 degrees. The relative humidity's gone up to 81%, and the wind is calm. Air pressure now nudged back up to the higher side, at least here in the Twin Ports, at 30.09 inches of mercury. But again, with twin lows working through the area, somebody's barometer is falling. And as they taught me in meteorology school, you better catch it before it smashes on the floor. So that's one cliche I never say. The barometer's never falling. The reading is falling. Temperatures, they are falling slowly. Right now we're at 64 in Watersmeet and in Ironwood. 63 to 65 degrees is a pretty narrow range for northern Wisconsin. The hot spot, it's Ashland. The cool spots, LaPointe and Superior and Solon Springs, are in between. And we're looking at a pretty similar range of temperatures in the 60s there in northern Minnesota as well. Going from 63 in Silver Bay to 67 for our friends in Grand Rapids. Doppler map right now shows the low pressure systems are taking a little bit of a break here. Now they're fading away for the UP, northern Wisconsin, and Minnesota as well. And again, two lows are working through the area. One centered roughly up here towards Thunder Bay, another one building up from southwestern Minnesota. And they will refire tomorrow thanks to heat from the day, providing a little extra lift. 40% chance for this precip through tomorrow evening. But by Wednesday, different style of weather comes a-calling, sunny and dry, as high pressure takes over. High pressure that may dominate us all the way through the 4th of July. Now, as far as rain goes by tomorrow night, wishful thinking says we still could manage another 1/3 to even 1/2 inch or so of rain here and there, hit or miss, as these storm clouds pass by and fizzle out. We keep our fingers crossed. Tonight in Minnesota, the low temps, they will go from a cool of 52 towards the Hibbing area to a warm of 60 on Park Point near Duluth. 40% chance for more of that rain, as we mentioned. 30% chance Wisconsin, Michigan overnight, with lows there 57 to 60. And then tomorrow's Wisconsin, Michigan highs are 74 to 78, with that 40% chance for redevelopment of storm chances. Normal high temp 75, so we're pretty close to normal tomorrow. And for Minnesota as well, where it'll be near 70 by the lake and 77 to 82 inland with that rain chance. Then the rain chance fades to a 30% chance on Wednesday, but the temperatures fire up to the 80s. Then they drop to the low 70s on Thursday, come back up on Friday, and then settle in the mid-80s for the July 4th weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So the 4th of July, Independence Day, looks to be fairly toasty, but for some folks, that's just what the doctor ordered.
There is. Thanks, Dave. Heavy weekend rainfall led to massive flooding in parts of Michigan. The flood stranded several drivers on highways in Detroit and Wayne County, including the closure of I-94 for 3 days. Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed an order today declaring a state of emergency in Wayne County.
We also declared a state of emergency, ensuring that impacted areas could request resources, personnel, and equipment. So the process is underway to determine if we qualify for federal assistance.
The National Weather Service says 8 inches of rainfall hit parts of Michigan in just 24 hours. Still to come, with the Summer Olympics just 24 days away, Team USA is gearing up. We'll introduce you to some of the big players next.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Shop Menards for everything outside your home. Trim Wanted branches with his 20-volt 2-in-1 cordless chainsaw from Works. It comes with a pole extension that can reach over 8 feet, $142.39 after 11% rebate. Add elegance to your home's exterior with this 2-level Bodie motion sensing outdoor security light. It has a 180-degree detection zone. Out to 40 feet, $53.39 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Dr. Zan Corville. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at St. Luke's. Dealing with foot and ankle pain, it can be debilitating because these are complicated joints. And so there's different ways to manage each of these problems. Most can be treated without surgery. I'm a busy mom with 2 young children. We try to do things as a family that we can all enjoy. I love being part of a team and working as an orthopedist to help people return to athletics or getting people back on their feet so they have less pain for daily living.
Get 25% off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals. Markdowns, plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale! The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. You can meet with an InventHelp representative who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. And InventHelp's databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to review new ideas. Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp.
800-458-9565.
When you live on the Iron Range near a mine, you feel the blast happen. The ground shakes. I remember in school, our school would shake on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So we would feel it, but we never got to see it. I want to go to the communities and find stories that haven't been told yet.
High on Mining with Kristen Vaki, Tuesdays at 10.
Pre-order your 2022 Lund boat at RJ Sport Recycling.
Coming up Tuesday on CBS3 this morning, updates on Minnesota legislators' special session as it nears a possible government shutdown.
And keep your umbrella handy for Tuesday. Kate will be in with your weather forecast.
So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
on CBS3 this morning. CBS3 Sports is brought to you by St. Luke's.
Team USA athletes are geared up for gold with less than a month to go before the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Sydney McLaughlin flew past the competition at the Olympic trials in Oregon on Sunday, running the fastest ever 400-meter hurdles. The 21-year-old from New Jersey is primed for gold ahead of the 2020 Games next month in Tokyo. So is Virginia native Grant Holloway, who nearly broke a world record in the 110-meter hurdles, missing it by 1/100th of a second. Meanwhile, 4-time Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles secured her spot in Tokyo despite a fall from the beam. And 18-year-old Suni Lee from Minnesota locked up her spot on Team USA. Despite growing concerns about COVID, the Olympic torch is getting closer to Tokyo with just a few weeks to go before the Games begin. What a time to be alive, Kelly. The Olympics are happening.
That's going to be in my head for the next 24 days. I'm so excited. Hey, coming up in sports, we're talking baseball. Milwaukee on at Miller Park tonight. Sports highlights are coming up next.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
The John Deere Green Tag event is happening now at Northland Lawn, Sport, and Equipment. Get 0% APR for 72 months on 1 through 4 Series compact utility tractors. And get additional cash savings from $500 to $2,500 on select John Deere compact utility tractors. Get more done and spend less doing it at Northland Lawn, Sport, and Equipment.
Northland Lawn, Sport and Equipment. Small town values, regional strength.
From morning coffee runs to family trips, away games, campouts, and weekend projects. No adventure is too big for the Honda lineup with available all-wheel drive. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
If you're unsure about receiving a COVID-19 vaccine,
we're here to reassure you that the vaccines are safe and effective.
They've been approved for emergency use by the FDA through a rigorous testing process.
And they've all been found to be nearly 100% effective at preventing hospitalization and death.
Because of this data, you can be confident that receiving your COVID-19 vaccine protects you and your loved ones.
Supplies are limited, so as soon as you have an opportunity to be vaccinated, please do so.
Thank you for doing your part to end this pandemic.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, Twins off tonight because of a rain delay, but a great night for pitching in Milwaukee. Freddie Peralta and Kyle Hendricks took the mound at American Family Field. In their last 5 starts, the two pitchers have been almost identical, both pitching 30 innings with ERAs under 2.5. The game was set to be a pitcher's duel. However, the second batter of the game, Ian Happ, hits a 2-run shot as the Cubs take a 1-0 lead. Brewers battle back, though. Avisail Garcia gets his 3rd RBI of the night on a home run off of Hendricks. Game currently tied at 4 in the top of the 9th. Well, the Milwaukee Bucks are now to the point of the Eastern Conference Finals that is somewhat uncharted territory for this franchise, at least in the last 50 years. They're just 2 wins away from the NBA Finals with a 2-1 lead over the Atlanta Hawks. Milwaukee has only been to the finals twice, when they swept the Bullets for their only title back in 1971 and a Game 7 loss to the Celtics in 1974. But they don't want to get ahead of themselves. This is still very much a series, but what has them feeling confident is the way their core of Giannis and Chris Middleton have played in the big moments. The two guys who have grown together in Milwaukee for the past 8 seasons.
I'm proud of myself, no matter what. Second round pick, working my way into rotation after I got traded. To me, that's a win. So every time I'm out there, I play with pride. Doesn't matter if I play well or play bad. I know I'm giving my all out there. That's what I'm most proud about.
It's an unbelievable journey. Where we started, where we are, where he started, where he is right now. I just say closing games, and that's what we need from this.
On the Atlanta side, all eyes are on rising star Trae Young, who tweaked his ankle late in the third quarter last night. An MRI today revealed that he has a bone bruise on his right foot and is now listed as questionable for Game 4 tomorrow night. In hockey news, former CEC boys hockey standout turned Minnesota Wilderness standout Gavin Rasmussen announced that he has committed to play college hockey at UW Superior. The 20-year-old tallied 28 points on 13 goals in his 51 games with the Minnesota Wilderness this season, including a goal in their playoff series against Bismarck. The Northland has had its fair share of defensive talent when it comes to hockey. A trio of players, 2 from UMD, will be representing Team USA at World Juniors Summer Showcase at the end of July. 44 players have been invited to Plymouth, Michigan, seeking to make the U.S. national team for the 2022 World Juniors Championship, December 26th through January 5th in Alberta, Canada. From UMD, freshman defenseman Wyatt Kaiser and Connor Kelly have been invited, and from Grand Rapids, Mr. Hockey Jack Peart has been invited as well. The showcase will include 11 games across 8 days and a complete schedule. Ticket information can be found at usahockeyarena.com. And in more Team USA news, Hermantown Junior Zam Plant has made the final stage of tryouts ahead of the Hlinka Gretzky Cup tournament. After 5 days of boys select 17 camp out in New York, USA Hockey staff invited 40 players to play an additional 2 days. The camp will host 3 games over the next 2 days as a final evaluation period for the U18 team to compete in early August in Czech Republic and Slovakia. Well, last week we saw my nephew Hudson make his debut with Team Black in 5-year-old T-ball. He definitely started out a little rocky, but looked to improve in week 2. And I'm happy to report that his swing has improved, but knowledge of where exactly you're supposed to run upon making contact with the ball is still lacking. Also, are we supposed to drop the bat after we hit it or carry it to first base? Or third, if that's where you're trying to go, like Hudson is. We're still trying to figure that out. All in all, the fun was had by all, and really isn't that all that matters.
Way to go, Hudson.
Way to go, Hudson. I don't know, I can't speak for his dad, who is the coach, my brother Alex, who seemed pretty frustrated in both videos, but you know what? Nowhere to go but up. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Just like gray hair, cataracts are a common side effect of aging. A cataract is the natural clouding of the lens inside the eye. At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, our board-certified ophthalmologists offer cataract surgery to help you see better longer. Our team will work with you to create a pleasant surgical experience and a great surgical result. Call now to learn more about cataract surgery and to schedule a cataract evaluation at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
You need fast, reliable internet, but it's not a one-size-fits-all world. At Mediacom, we have a price and plan for everyone. You can get our starting internet service for $19.99 a month for a year. And with that comes a great deal of speed. We're talking 60 meg. Because unlike other providers, we want you to have fast internet from the start. Extreme speeds go up to 1 gig with lots of options to choose from. So let's talk. Call us today at 844-EXTREME2.
Nick Bolton here to tell you about the newest tack-light innovation, the Bell & Howell Tack Pen. We made a tack light the size of a pen, visible up to 2 nautical miles away, has a disorienting defensive strobe, zooms in to focus its beam wherever you want, and won't quit even in the most bitter cold or extreme heat. And yes, it survived getting run over by my Humvee. Clips to your pockets so you can take it anywhere, can help you make quick repairs or break a window in an emergency. It even functions like a regular pen. There's just nothing like it on the market today.
Act now to get your Bell & Howell tack pen for just $19.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. Like all of our tactical products, it features genuine Bell & Howell craftsmanship, backed by our 10-year warranty. While supplies last, you can get a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Get yours today.
To order, call 1-800-363-5604 or go to buytackpen.com. That's 1-800-363-5604, or you can order online at buytackpen.com.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.